Greetings, I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice. This week is potent. The Lion's Gate is wide open, and the full moon in Aquarius is calling for truth, and the planets are shifting so fast. If you felt pressure building emotionally, spiritually, or even physically, you're not imagining it. We are standing at the threshold. In this video, I'll walk you through what this week holds for the collective so we can move forward with clarity, not confusion. And I say for the collective because I'm not doing the individual zodiacs this week only, health permitting. I'm running a fever right now, not feeling super great. So hopefully this makes up for that and we will see each other next week. Let's jump right on in. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Divinely Guided Very Big Rune reading here for the general collective. There's so much going on right now. I'm actually very under the weather, and I am going to go over what all these positions are and what's in store for today's rune reading here right now. In this 7 rune layout, we have the past influences, present influences, future actions, action taken for the best outcome, your thoughts, feelings, and emotions on the matter, your possible problems with the matter, and the possible future outcome. And for clarification, we'll go into more detail with the past energies, present energies, future energies, energetic influence of the now. What is your advice to take right now? What can you do right now? And what is your ultimate outcome for all of this? Okay, and then we'll cap it off with divinely guided messages, both from the fairies, energetic beings who love to assist us in our journeys, and all these beautiful messages from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck, messages straight from Spirit, from Divine, from Source, directly to your spirit, to your soul. And this is what this huge rune reading is going to be about here this week. Thank you so much for your patience this week. All right, and let's jump right on into your your past influences. Past influences have been in the rune of Sawilo. So Sawilo, for the collective, this is for everybody here, okay? Not just for your zodiac, because we have a lot of these retrogrades, a lot of these unearthing, a lot of this let's all get on the same page kind of energy is going on. So why not? Sawilo in the past influences. This is about success, about luck, about victory, about where is the sun shining its light to, and is that without reservation, without any prejudice, right? Are you embodying the sun's light and shining it onto everyone, or are you coming from this past influence of feeling very lucky, very fortunate? Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and we will get a lot more clarity as we dive further into the readings here. So the Sawilo, the sun's light, this is beautiful, like the Midas touch energy, like you can do no wrong. Everything you touch seems to have an air of success to it. Not really calling out the lazy people, but almost feeling like you have invested like minimal energy and gotten like a large amount of success from it. Or maybe even just looking at what that success may mean to you, right? Where's your Sawilo? This is an irreversible rune. So no matter how we look at it, this is a very positive, very warm rune. Now, when the sun's light shines on everybody and everything, it's blessed. It's giving that life, that warmth and security with that light, right? And the vitamins and the light codes and the transmissions and all of that beautiful energy. And that's great energy that we can bring with us into the present influences of wanting more clarity. This is Dagaz. This is another irreversible rune, another fire energy rune too. Now the sun's light, and this Dagaz means day. This is a clarity of transmutation, of night turning into day. So the sun's light shining and really clarifying and transmuting, like the Temperance card in the tarot, transmuting with that infinite clarity, that butterfly emerging from the chrysalis kind of energies, where it is you're looking for that clarity, or you have just received a lot of that clarity. Now, I dare to guess with a lot of this retrograde stuff going on, this is searching for clarity. Maybe coming from a very beautiful and abundant spring season. A lot of us did have a really great start to the summer. But now we're looking after the first harvest of the fall, of the end of the summer, like the first harvest of the year. That's in the 1st of August, 2nd of August. We're now looking at, okay, where's our transmutation energies? Where's our clarity? In the present, that sun's light could have shown its illuminated dark corners of your psyche, of your emotions, of your social circles, of places where you need to transmute, go within, and really look at what is going on with these planets in the description box below, everyone, because there's a lot of deep soul searching that I cannot do this in every single zodiac for this week. There's just so much really deep information, and plus I'm so much under the weather with this overload of energies here recently. But the future actions, let's get that rune next. So future actions are looking like, emotional clarity. This is the rune of lake, water, sea, flow, scrying with water, divining with water, dowsing with water. This is Laguz. It literally means lake. This is also nicknamed the Divine Feminine's rune. This is the primordial life-giving waters of life. So this is a lot of the emotional gestation, a lot of the emotional creation that begins within first, and then it is manifested to the exterior. So this is a lot of also intuition, healing work, a lot of, maybe just even going and visiting a body of water would actually do us all a lot of good right now. When you aren't able to go physically see a body of water yourself, personally, even watching one on a screen for a while has a good positive psychological impact. So with this clarity can come a little bit of more emotional stability and reaffirming of your intuition. So you're feeling like you're kind of more like with this clarity, just justified moving forward, and maybe even illuminating parts or aspects of the divine feminine aspects within ourselves that need to heal. And a lot of people are even agreeing now that with the divine feminine healing, holding space, the divine masculine holding space for divine feminines out there to heal, like it's going to take both of us, right? The divine feminine and the divine masculine aspects within all of us to really be in flow with life. Be in sync, true. Shine that light, yes, but also be in flow. Hold that space and be in flow like a wild river, right? We don't want to exactly tame the banks, but we do want to gently guide the river along, the river of creation, the river of life, right? So let's look at the action taken for the best outcome so far. Is going to be in your discipline work. Tiwaz, that's more like looking out for your sense of martyrdom too, the self-sacrifice. Now the god Tyr, he sacrificed his arm to protect others from Ragnarok. So that is like an innate sense of balance, fairness, sticking up for the collective, sticking up for others, that vector of victory, that constant dedication where you're showing up for yourself and for others. And again, like I said, the warning here is not to make yourself out to be a martyr through these energies. It's easy to be portrayed as one, but be okay with it if you are accepting that onto your shoulders. Regardless, this is like that discipline work, showing up in dedication constantly, the daily kind of aspects where you are in the healthier adaptations of what routine and lifestyle can really mean for you. All right, so the God tier is a really good example. If you want to read more about the Norse pantheon, definitely look up the God tier for a really good embodiment of the type of like almost stoic energies that we should be really embodying and like holding space, right? Protecting for that emotional creation, that intuition to really guide us to that direction wherever it is that we're personally wanting to go. But as a collective, y'all, we all need to be heading in a different trajectory. I think we can all agree with that, right? Something out there, there's an unnamed sickness out there, and this is showing it's starting to name it. It's not even name one thing, but it's a collective effort. It's what we give energy to that is what's going to occur. So what you allow is exactly what will continue, right? So why not be in that discipline of emotional healing, of that reciprocity, of that transmutation energy, of embodying the sun's light? Yeah, beautiful stuff. Let's get on to what our thoughts, feelings, and emotions are for the collective for this. Yeah, unveiling the mysteries. This is Pertho, the Gambler's Cup. Now, this is a rune of, yeah, like I said, unveiling mysteries, but also initiation. So Pertho, the Gambler's Cup, is like a friendly competition or like a board game, right? Where you know how it starts, like kind of like a pregnancy too, you could say. You're almost guaranteed you know how it's going to go, more or less, right? But you want to steer it and guide it to its best possible outcome. Remind you of that river, that emotional healing that we want to guide and nurture, right? We want to guide this best possible outcome, so we're going to twist and pivot and turn and guide along these energies. We always start off thinking we're going to be heading in one trajectory, right? That vector of victory. But through that discipline of the pivots, the daily pivots, the dedication, then the transmutation that comes along with all of this, we come out initiated with a changed perspective after this. This is divine saying, look, take that energetic leap. I got you. What are you waiting for? Right? This could also be like a shrug of the shoulders, like, well, you're either going to or you're not. And divine says, and it's similar to what it echoes in other scriptures too, either hot or cold, be one way or the other. Don't be like down the middle or wishy-washy with anything, because then you'll just confuse the energies and you won't know where you're at yourself throughout all of this, let alone nobody else will either. So through this Pertho, this unveiling mysteries, it's like taking an energetic leap into the discovering, into the initiation, into the learning, into the process of what's this gamble? Are we joining up? Are we balancing out? Like, this is very much Libra energy here too. And we have Mars and Libra kicking this off too. So this could also be leading into tempering what Mars and Libra is. Mars is not comfortable in Libra, okay, everyone? But through that patience, the diligence, the healing of emotions, throwing yourself into this, you're going to be coming through it all having been initiated in uncovering mysteries, having taken that gamble. Now let's look at the possible problems here. What are the possible problems for the collective? Yeah, not really grounding, health concerns as well. This is Uruz, the ox rune. This is a rune of natural vitality, abundance, that momentum. So if we're stagnant, if we don't take that leap, we lose our momentum. This is very grounded energy. Whenever we have the lines going down on the runes, straight down like that, that is very grounded energy. Now, Uruz, the ox, might be a little slow to start, but is very quick to its instruction and knows its path, and when it gets going has like that downward hill momentum. Now, I don't know if you ever saw a large animal running down a hill, but it gains a lot of speed. So what you risk losing is a lot of that speed, that grounded momentum, knowing where your path is and charging forward like that vector of victory, that daily dedication. If you don't throw yourself into this with that emotional reciprocity, that intuition, that clarity, throwing yourself into this with unveiling the mysteries and being able to pivot with dedication, then yeah, you're not going to be able to remain in flow. You're not going to be able to remain grounded or vigilant or be able to stick up for yourself, let alone anyone else. Okay? And this could also cause more health concerns, lack of grounding efforts. This could risk your natural vitality. With the air quality thing that's been going on, it's been pretty persistent here where I live, and my health is taking a hit from it. And I'm a healthy guy, more or less. So this is pretty huge for a lot of us. Clean water, right? Our indigenous brothers and sisters would say the sign of a healthy economy is a clean river. Show me that clean river, right? That's good health, right? So that's what we risk losing. Urus, the divine priestess in all of us. All right, so what do we have for the future outcome? In future outcome for this, we're assessing, we're learning. We have Yera. Yera is another irreversible rune. This is of the harvest. This is that cyclical nature. So you have the spring, summer, winter, fall, or fall, winter. So in the fall, in the end of the year, towards the winter, we have our final harvest. And through that harvest, we recognize that an ending is making ready for a new beginning. And that beginning is the finality of the ending. So in that process, we are evaluating our inventory, our stock, our lives. We look at our crop. We say, did I invest the right seed? Did I invest enough of it? Did I protect it? Did I nurture it? Did I grow enough to last me and my clan through these next energies? Am I going to have to adjust tactic next year? Am I going to have to plant different seed, better seed in a new place? All of these things. That's a huge assessment period, a big learning period. So that's the outcome from all of this, whether you take this initiation, this leap, this energetic leap or not, or whether or not, you're going to have this clarity moving into this and probably throughout this, but really what's going to determine a lot of it is your action, your dedication, your willingness to jump into the process with the rest of the collective. Is the best thing you can do for me is work on yourself. The best thing I could do for you is work on me, right? So this is really beautiful stuff. Through this, we have a beautiful sunshine ripening our harvest, right? We have the sunshine illuminating more clarity, transmutation in our now. And through this, in our very near future, a lot of emotional, divine feminine healing, showing up for ourselves, for each other, for the collective, reaching up to help one another. Now, there's been some very toxic thoughts that say, don't reach down to pull somebody up. They might pull you down or whatever. I say the path traveled is a lot easier when we're just in stride together. This isn't a two-way street like a lot of people like to describe relationships. A two-way street goes opposite directions, right? This is more like a one-way street where, we have both lanes, both of us, all of us really going in the same direction, in the same different lanes, respectively, different speeds, sure, but we're all getting there, preferably at the same time. And sure, some of us are going to be slower, some of us are going to be faster, some of us might break down on the side of the road, but we're showing up in that vector of victory. We're being initiated through this journey that we're taking together. All right, so this transmutation is directly across from your natural health and vitality. With your clarity right now shining on your health, this is very much an investment of your health moving forward into your emotional investments. So your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health are all very closely interconnected during this time, especially with all these retrogrades. Mars in Libra wants to kind of stir the pot a little bit, but this is very much going to be just a time of assessment and really learning a lot about each other and ourselves in the grand scheme of things. Now let's get into some further clarification. For the energetic recent past, there's mana, or excuse me, it's not manas, this is Ewas. Ewas is the horse rune. This is about pilgrimage. This is right directly beneath your Lagus rune. Now see how this looks like two Lagus facing each other. See that? So this is like an emotional equivalent, or somebody who mirrors you or knows you through intuitively knows you through that like experience, through these instances where they've proven themselves or yourselves to each other time and time again, where this is that emotional mirror, the spiritual mirror, where that's that reciprocity in that kinship there. Almost, this could be a family member, this could be a spouse, this could be a friend, this could be a relationship with divine. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Also, let me know in the comments below how this is all resonating here for you. But this is really in with the sun and with, because this is recent past too, been illuminating onto your travel forward with who? Who am I going to go through these next energies with? With what steps am I going to achieve that clarity and emotional healing that I'm looking for? So this could be a calling for you to actually have been on a trip. If you didn't and you passed it up, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but that's fine. Hindsight is 20/20, and you don't need to kick yourself in the butt about it. What we do need to do, though, is recognize and thank this energy for showing up, for transmuting with us. Now, it's very interesting that this also lines up with Lagus, and that's in your future, because this energetic source that's proven itself to you like man's best friend, the horse, it's been through the past, the present, and will be there in your future as well. This is beautiful stuff. Let's look at your energetic now a little bit more. Yeah, maybe your mind on your money, money on your mind a little bit. Question mark. Fehu is the rune of cattle, wealth, abundance, very grounded energy. Again, very grounded with this energetic past person here too. But this Fehu says very grounded when you start, and as you get grounded and increase in your revenue or abundance, what abundance means to you, your disciplines, your responsibilities grow, your channels that you can invest in, the choices that you make seem to grow right along with it. So, and that is with your abundance of clarity. So you have clarity in abundance right now, where you are transmuting like no other, where it seems like this Chiron and Ceres retrograde are really, oh my gosh, and this full moon too, are really hugely illuminating some very hidden corners in your, just like that tweak, that little change of aspects. When we pivot, it's so unreal. Like, you are uncovering what abundance means to you, more or less. You have an abundance of clarity, and I think this is going to make a lot of sense here in the next couple runes. In your energetic near future is Isa. This is you get to rest. Okay, a lot like this harvest and Lagus here. This is in your outcome, but this is in your very near future. Lagus, emotional healing, right? The creative energies, life-giving waters, again, lake, sea, flow. Now this is frozen water, okay? So what happens when water freezes? It gets more clear, right? So that is solidifying into your clarity. Make sure, though, and the warning here is not to freeze your emotions. Yeah. Remain divinely guided to your path, but let this come naturally to you. Let these emotions unfold naturally. Don't go looking with a magnifying glass. You look for something hard enough, I guarantee you're going to find it no matter what it is. You think your spouse is cheating on you? You're going to find that information. I guarantee you. If you look hard enough, you're just going to manifest those negative aspects in your life. Please stay away from that. Let's go with the emotional healing and the clarity and the rest that comes with the positive aspects of these runes instead. Lest we slip on the ice and risk repeating life lessons, having to start over with a huge apology probably to this energetic partner in your life. That could mean the collective. This could mean a collective apology as well. So let's get your energetic influences. This should mirror pretty much what T was. Oh my gosh. Guys, I can't make this up. I'm shuffling these. I'm not looking at any of this stuff when I'm pulling it out of the bag. Okay, we got T-Waz again. Y'all, that Mars and Libra is going to be a proving ground for many of us. Whew. Okay, dedication, but don't have those blinders on. Definitely remain vigilant to your cause. Stick up for the individual. Stick up for the collective as well. Stick up for what you know to be just, fair, righteous. Okay? This will stave off Ragnarok that much longer. So embodying the God tier again is the influence of this. This is vector of victory, this dedication, this showing up for ourselves and the collective, a daily practice. This is like a reaffirming, like this is a collective call out, like, hey, everybody, we're all talking about this. We're all naming all this stuff. We're all like, oh yeah, ChatGPT gave me this really good thing and they gave me, okay, whatever. We're all saying the same thing online. I see it every single day. But we're not really doing it together. It's going to take one of us, and let that be me. Let that be me for you today, okay? Where I'm showing up, embodying this direction, saying, hey, look, everybody, let's just join together. We already know what this is. This is the big shadowy elite of the world or whatever, that we need to just support each other, hold space for each other. We don't need to really raise arms against anybody. We just need to be there for each other right now. That's it. It's that simple. All right. Let's see what we get for the energetic advice, because I bet you it agrees. I bet you divine agree. Yeah. More clarity, more transmutation. Change the ways that we've been in. Change the ways. Transmute from night into day. Bring everything out into the daylight. In the Catholic Church, they say confessing your sins, like Christian religion, or even just making your wrongs known to divine. However you want to look at it, everyone. I'm not looking at this in a dogma sense. I'm looking at this in a very much karmic sense, where this is bringing whatever has been concealed from the night into the day. Somebody out there has a lot of information to share, and they need to share it. Okay. Excuse my sniffling and I'm blowing my nose in between here, so I hope you're not hearing a lot of that. So Daga's the rune of clarity. This is like the temperance rune in tarot. It's kind of like what we're feeling now. All right. So we need to continue with this clarity, this transmutation, though, and really, really show up for ourselves, this energetic partnership. I really think this is a communal kind of partnership, like a clan kind of thing. Maybe not so much collective, individual clans like like your immediate family. I think this is more collective. So, and there's a difference between personal, tribal, and collective. Those of you who know human design know exactly what I'm talking about. But so Dagas, that temperance, that turning night into day, it's like the butterfly emerging out of its chrysalis, the hourglass tipped on its side. We have the infinite clarity because the falsehoods are being burned away. And then we get to rest after that. And let be silent and let them, like, oh yeah, I want to hear what you have to say after all of this has been brought to light. Now, if somebody has that list, that mythical list out there, be a heck of a time to bring it forward. And you know what list I'm talking about. So anyway, we're going to get that. What's the most possible outcome out of all of this? Most possible outcome out of all of this is Ansus. Yeah, strengthened communication, healthier communication, divine downloads, prophetic dream work. This is, it looks again like Lagus, but it's doubled up here. That's extreme divine downloads, communications. Like I said, prophetic dream work. A lot of your clairs working for you, like claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience, all of those. Premonition dreams, your aha moments hold a lot of gravity. Trust your intuition, trust your insight. Don't make yourself out to be the martyr. Hang on to your vector of victory and your sense of abundance and gratitude. Sticking up for and being on this pilgrimage, though, of really solidifying, embracing the collective energies, uncovering the mysteries, uncovering them. Look at that stuff. We got Perth, though, right there. Thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And this is our actions that we're supposed to do? Yeah. We're thinking about it. We just need to do it. Okay? Lest we risk losing our grounding. Okay? And really, we're going to be learning so much. There's a lot of inbound communication. Ansus is also nicknamed the antenna rune. This is the rune of communication, divine communication even. This could be communication from this trusted source. This could be just divine communication in your stillness and the pause after the chips have been, or after, everything's been, the dice have been tossed, basically, and the chips fall where they may. But whatever this is, showing up for ourselves and working on ourselves individually, but showing up for ourselves in the collective, supporting one another is the answer. All right, I can't make this up. We got Tyr, the god Tyr's rune of Tiwaz, twice. We have Dagas, the card of temperance, twice as well. All right, so yeah, this is a huge, huge energetic shift that we're all in. Everybody feels it. It's not just retrogrades. Okay, it's not just retrogrades. It's not just wildfires. It's not just volcanoes. It's not just corrupt shadow governments. It's not shadowy elites. It's not all this other space weather stuff. It's everything, and it's beautiful, and it's all together, and it's all affecting one another, and we're all trying to make sense of it all. So let's make sense of it all together. Let's bring the night out into the day together through our dedication and unveiling mysteries, shining the light from what we've learned in the past, and leading by example, really opening up the space to pause and learn here after these energies have passed. We really need to show up, though, and do the dang work. We need to do the dang work right now. All right. Sorry, this is so serious, everybody. This is a huge rune reading. And once again, not feeling super great. But all right, I was just going to call out Divine for a card from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck. I'll pull a bonus card. We'll do one more card from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck. So these are messages straight from Spirit, straight from Source, straight from Divine that are meant for all of us, everyone. So the first card was Death, but I believe that is still a beautiful message. All right, so that next one was the last one to come out for the Divinely Guided Message. We'll take that one. Death, here the card says, I am learning that endings are merely new beginnings. Right. Yes. Like Yera here, right? Endings making beginnings, beginnings solidifying endings. With all this transmutation on our minds and coming to light through our actions is really something. Happiness, yes, embodying happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Yeah, follow your F, yeah. Right? Follow it. Follow that, yes, the happiness. All right, we'll put these over here and we'll grab the fairy cards next. We'll do 2 fairies. Whoa! We'll do two messages from the fairies, oracle deck cards, and these are beautiful messages from these divinely guided beings who love to assist us in our journeys as well. So fairies, please show us clearly what message of clarity do you have for us today. There's one. Let's grab one more for the collective, and then we'll read all of these cards. Let's go with one more card, please, fairies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Divine, and thank you, fairies, for the wonderful guidance here for this message for the collective, this huge, huge room reading here for the week. All right, first card from the fairies is be yourself. Yes, yes. Authentic love, right? This situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. It's the basis for everybody's personal power. Dang right. Ask for what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need. Yes, kind of like that song, Lean On Me. We can't feel those of our needs that we don't let show. So we don't communicate our needs, our wants, our limitations, perceived or not, to others, justified or not to others, then how will they ever know? Right? Either write it in a note, show it to them, but have that conversation. But let's be happy about it. Let's read about this happiness card. Again, it says, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Before incarnating, your soul created a blueprint for you to follow in this physical dimension. The easiest way to chart this path is to follow your bliss. Life is full of choices and opportunities. Spirit, in its infinite wisdom, has given you the emotion of happiness to guide you. The signposts are always there, but you have to acknowledge them and have the courage to follow them. As you hold this card in your vision, do you feel that you are living a life of happiness? In what areas is it lacking? It may be time for you to be truthful with your soul self. I think that could be it too. All right, listening to this language and intuiting it, if there is someone or a scenario holding you back from experiencing complete happiness, will lead you to beneficial results. Even though it may be painful to admit, you may need to be completely truthful. Yeah, being honest with ourselves can be one of the hardest things, but also forgiving ourselves can be one of the hardest things. But do so with happiness, and it'll be so much easier. You'll be unveiling the mysteries and gaining that transmutation, that clarity, emotional healing through this dedication practice. Be mindful of how happiness will affect every aspect of your life on your path. Also, intuit if there is someone else in your life who needs to be brought into the awareness of happiness. This is important to recognize as well. Others will want to learn from you, and whether you admit it or not, you can be their teacher. When you are filled with love and compassion, not only do you bring happiness into your life, but you lead others by example. This is a lot of like leading by example that T was. Let's read about the card of death next. Again, the card says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Death is an illusion. It's a fact of life that the human body we use to travel the earth must eventually stop working. It's not meant to exist forever. The energy and consciousness that inhabited the body is free and returns to its natural home, but it never abandons us. Learn to view death as merely a change, and everything must change. because stagnancy extinguishes progress. The same is true for a relationship or a career. A soul lesson may be completed, and it is time to move beyond this point of familiarity and expand into new horizons of learning and development. This is a wonderful opportunity to thank those other souls in your life who have shared part of your path and taught you so much. Yeah, that trusted energetic source from your past. Let's read about the Be Yourself card next. Again, Be Yourself says this situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. You're the most powerful and effective when you're genuine and authentic with yourself and others. If you pretend to feel, act, or be something other than yourself, you lose awareness of your feelings, which are a source of important guidance. The answer to the question you're asking is be yourself. Behave, speak, and even dress as you normally would, and don't worry about what others think. By being your true self, you give others the opportunity to love the real you. Additional meanings for this card are to trust your feelings. A relationship improves when you let your guard down, or instead of copying others, follow your own internal guidance, your intuition. Another meaning is know that you're lovable, because you definitely are. You are lovable. Another meaning is emphasize your personal style at work as a key to business success. Another is trust and follow through on your ideas. And finally, express yourself through an artistic or creative endeavor fully. Follow through with it to completion. All right, let's read about ask for what you want. This is going to be the biggest one out of, I'm ending on that on purpose. Okay, let the universe and other people know what you need is what this says. This card serves as a reminder of importance of asking for your desires. The universe is much like a restaurant that you need to put in your order before anything can happen. Your current situation calls for action on your part. First, spend time clarifying your desires. Then, tell the universe clearly what you want. You can always qualify your requests with the prayer, this or something better. Always say this or something better, so that you don't unwittingly limit yourself. However, you do need to make a clear decision about your desires. You do need to have that clear decision about your desires, right? Yeah. Additional meanings for the card are to be honest with the people in your life. Tell the universe what you want. Write a list of your desires. Another is have a heart-to-heart talk with someone in a relationship that you are in a relationship with about your needs, your boundaries, and your expectations and or limitations. Another is to ask others to help you and accept the aid when it is offered, right? Ask for the help. I keep hearing the theme. You can't show up and just do it all by yourself. You're probably going to need this person. You're going to need to shine that clarity into that situation and be vocal. All right, another and final meaning for this card is to expect a positive outcome and your expectations will be rewarded. Yeah, you guys, no matter what this energy is, right? Whatever you think the outcome is going to be, you are 100% right. Whatever you think it's going to be, you are right. It'll work out to that way in your universe. Believe that. Have faith in that. Learn these lessons and look forward to this rest after this week. But right now, it is a lot of communication work that we need to do with these energetic sources in our lives, with the people that have our backs, right? The people that we have their backs for. We have to have that beautiful communication outcome solidified through the end of this. This is the total outcome. This is the overall outcome. enhanced communication, and learning a lot of lessons so we can move on in peace and clarity. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant day.